Hello and welcome. It's another Tuesday here, and it's been another kind of not really wet day, but it's certainly been muggy today.
Yeah, it has been. I'm student meteorologist Melanie Steinberg.
I'm meteorologist Jonathan Bellis, and although we didn't see any rain today, that humidity and the dew points have been in the 70s today. It's felt like summer.
Yeah, it certainly has, and that trend isn't going to be going away anytime soon. But if you are heading out to the baseball game tonight, starting right now at 6 o'clock, it is going to be on the muggy side as well.
Yeah, watch those jerseys. They're probably going to stick to your back, and watch that hair because it's going to frizz quite well out there at the game tonight.
Oh, yeah, of course. And there is that chance of showers, so there is a chance it could be delayed. But right now, there's no showers coming up in the area.
Yeah, it's a nice break from the last couple of days where we've had clouds, although we did have clouds starting about an hour or so ago. That's going to continue to the overnight hours.
Yeah, and it's going to be continuing throughout the rest of this week. This week just isn't even looking very good at all.
All of that humidity and some of that wind as well is going to mix the atmosphere until midnight, and then that wind is going to drop off. We could have some fog tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but the good part about that is the pollen levels are finally starting to go down.
Yeah, it's all over the roads now. It's kind of just stuck there because all the humidity is right there. But the pollen's down, I think, 3 or 4 now.
Yeah, until especially
out
of tomorrow. So I'm happy with no yellow on my car, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll have more on that game forecast here in a little bit, but now we're going to send it out to Jay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. The weather held up just a bit. I see the rain is just to the west of us. That's going to make its way in Tallahassee later on tonight into tomorrow. So make sure you have the raincoats and rainbows because it's going to be a very wet one for Wednesday. Sign radar for right now, the past couple of hours, you're starting to see showers just to the north of us. That's not going to sway in Tallahassee. You're seeing another wave come in later on tonight into tomorrow. So like I said before, raincoats and rainbows are going to be a must because it's going to be quite a wet one. And for tonight, like I said, 6% chance of rain. Humidity, it's going to be very humid and cloudy. Showers are going to be abundant here and there for the most part. 70 degrees, going to make for a cool one for tonight. And the weather headlines for today, showers will be continuing on to Wednesday and probably Thursday, more than likely. It's going to be warm and muggy, so shorts are going to be a must. Tank tops, definitely, because it's going to be quite a warm one. And above average temperatures for the next couple of days. Like I said, because a lot of the rain in the area, making sure the temperatures stay regulated for most of the afternoons for the next couple of days. But now let's take it back to the desk with John and Melanie.
Yeah, we're going into April and we're getting closer to May. We're getting closer to that time where tornadoes are starting to become common. We had the first of those waves last week, and we've heard about the last couple of days here at the show. We've talked about the Fairdale tornado up in Illinois, and there was a couple of tornadoes. There was 5 tornadoes, the worst of which was an EF4. And we're going to throw up a couple of pictures now looking at some of that damage there up in Fairdale.
Yeah.
It's a very small community, about 200 people.
Okay, yeah, and it was an EF4 tornado, and the winds were up to 200 miles per hour, and this was 32 miles long. It lasted 41 minutes, just completely wiped out the town.
Yeah, you can see that little couple of blocks there. That's the city of Fairdale, and up towards the north of that picture, you can see actually some of the swirls due to that wind, those 200-mile-an-hour winds. Going back to that picture really quick, you can actually see that track of the tornado there on the satellite imagery as we're kind of fading out here, having some technical difficulties. But you can see the city of Rochelle down towards the south was also impacted by that tornado. And then up towards the north on the far end of is Fairdale. You can actually see that dark line there. That's where that tornado really dragged along the ground and picked up dirt.
Yeah, thankfully, not a lot of people were killed. There were only 2 fatalities, so considering it went on for 41 minutes and stretched 22 miles, I'd be happy that no one else passed away from that. But right now, we're going to take it back more to a local approach. Thankfully, no tornadoes are being seen here. We're just seeing those mugginess and humid conditions. Right now, we're sitting at 84 in Tallahassee. The clouds are starting to make their way back in. And for the rest of the region, the temperatures are really on the muggy side. 80 in St. Mark's, 86 in Wilma, a little bit cooler up in North Georgia over in Marianna, sitting at 77. But those temperatures are going to be on the decline throughout the evening, but it's not going to be that much of a relief. We're still going to be getting those southerly winds, so that's going to be impacting the temperatures and making it feel more muggy and more humid outside if you have any nighttime plans. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, seeing a couple of breaks of sunshine in St. Mark's, Carabel, and Tallahassee, along with Apalachicola, but most most of the northern region, north of the state line in Thomasville and Bainbridge, they are seeing some clouds and even some heavy thunderstorms going on in Bainbridge at the moment. Those are quickly going to be clearing out as we make our way into the overnight hours. Now, over by New Orleans and approaching Montgomery is our next band of showers. This upper level disturbance is going to be moving into our area and impacting our area with showers even more. But for now, we're going to be seeing another muggy night, stationary front to our north, just hanging around there, not really going to impact us in any way. But these upper level disturbances and these southerly winds are going to be pushing in higher chances for rain basically for the rest of the week. The temperatures are also going to be warm. It's going to feel more like summer than spring. Warm temperatures sticking around throughout the week, all above average, all in the 80s. This time of the year, we should be sitting in the 70 degree mark. If you want to go boating tomorrow, there is going to be a light to moderate chop, but there is a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. So if you do go out, make sure to be careful of that. Tonight, 70 degrees, humid and cloudy. There are going to be a couple of showers, 60% chance of rain, but these aren't going to be continuous showers. They're going to be spotty on and off showers, and these spotty on and off showers are going to be continuing into tomorrow as well, with a high of 82. Now, these highs could go higher depending on how much sunlight we see. Like today, we really saw a lot of the sun, so our temperatures reached the high 80s for our high today. But there is a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. It is going to be another warm and muggy day, so it is going to be shorts weather for tomorrow. We're going to start off muggy with 70 degrees, and by 12 p.m. going on to 5, our rain chances are going to be bumping up throughout the afternoon and the evening, with the highs reaching the 80s. Taking a look at the week ahead, we really aren't getting a break from this rain. Maybe a little going into next week, but for the most part, it's going to be muggy, humid, above average temperatures, and plenty of rain. But now we're going to take it out to John.
Yeah, that rain's actually going to be a little bit cooler for tomorrow. Today, we made it up to 88 degrees here in the Big Bend with that brief respite of some sunshine, and those clouds have come back in. We've come back down to 84 degrees, and you can actually see the outline of the clouds here just west of our area. 73 in Montgomery, 69 due to some rain-cooled air in New Orleans. In the 60s in Mobile as well, where they've had a lot of rainfall. Off towards the east, though, we're looking much warmer, near 90 degrees across the interior of the peninsula today, 86 in Orlando right now, but the humidity has been the real story. Dew points flirting with 70 degrees. That's relentlessly sticky outside. If you're heading to the baseball game tonight, it's going to be jerseys to your back tonight with lots of moisture out there. 66 degrees was that dew point, actually a little bit drier down towards the south. And look at this feed. This goes all the way back to Hawaii. This is called the Pineapple Express here. You can see this trail of clouds goes all the way up into Mexico and up into our region, following this in, really gathering a lot of moisture in the Gulf of Mexico and blowing up across the southeast. This is allowing all those dew points to really climb in surplus of 70 degrees. And that hasn't quite gotten to Tallahassee yet. And that's why there's a lot of rain still off towards our west. We were actually watching 3 different disturbances crossing the area. We had the second one last night. This is the third one. This is setting up a little bit of a squall line just to the west or just to the east of Pensacola, dragging down into the Gulf. This has dropped a lot of rainfall. This is 3 disturbances. Some places, talking about Mobile and Pensacola, have seen in excess of 8 inches of rainfall, and I'll get to that a little bit later in the show. But for tonight, a very muggy 67 degrees, 70 degrees in Orlando, 79, nearly 80 degrees in Key West. Out towards the west, that rain-cooled air really isn't going to change a whole lot. New Orleans sitting at 69 degrees during the overnight hours. 81 with a couple of thunderstorms passing through tomorrow here in Tallahassee. 84 with some more thunderstorms, another disturbance coming through. This is going to be the story over the next couple of days, looking like this. Muggy conditions sitting through the area tonight, and then that front really just doesn't go anywhere up towards the north. Rainy conditions sitting with us during the day tomorrow. Those rain chances pick up once again tomorrow during the afternoon hours. That front slowly lifting up towards the north. That warmth sticks with us in the low 80s through those clouds, and that rain really is sticking with us. Scattered showers just about each afternoon the next couple of days, and that really actually caused a disturbance over at NASA yesterday.
Oh, really? What kind of disturbance did it cause?
That rain yesterday, similar to what we saw today, had a little bit of scattered thunderstorms that was close enough to Cape Canaveral yesterday to block a shuttle launch. Well, not a shuttle launch, but a rocket launch.
Well, they're sending supplies up there for everyone, right?
They're sending a Falcon 9 rocket up to the International Space Station. They were able to launch today. Yesterday they had lightning in the area. Today we were able to clear out the skies and really launch that up into space.
That's good, and there's actually maybe hopefully some clearing for Friday at Spring Fling held in the Oglala Union.
Yeah, we're looking, it's not really going to feel like spring, but it's going to feel a little bit more typical of summer. Lots to do at Spring Fling this week.
Yep, it's from 7 to 12. There's free food, free rides, carnival games. It's free for FSU students. But right now we're going to go to a more national look with Shane.
And then some chillier weather still. 50 in Salt Lake. Northwest, that's actually bringing some snowfall to their region. And but we're going to take a closer look at the southeast right now. We've got that rain moving in across Louisiana right now, bringing lots of showers to the New Orleans area. Pardon the technical difficulty there. Let's take another closer look at this rainfall deluging over Mobile into Pensacola right now, and that's been responsible for additional rainfall to some already deluged areas. Looking at the northern half of this system, though, what we've got is a band of rain moving across the northeastern seaboard from Washington, D.C., getting a lot of the heavy rain right now in the Delmarva Peninsula. And that's got associated with it a large number of warnings. Out here in the west, we've got so many, we had to write a few of them down just so we could remember all of them. Pink is red flag warning, meaning that there's a danger of brush fires. This tan is a fire weather watch. The bright tan colors here just north of Las Vegas, that's a dust storm warning. We don't see very many of those. The yellow colors out here are high wind warnings. And we've got another warnings map here for you to take a closer look at that winter weather that I spoke of a few moments ago. And we've got freeze watches out here along the Northern California coast, freeze warnings up into in-state Oregon and into Washington there. And these purples and pinks that we thought we were done of with the winter season. We've got winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings across a lot of the Rocky Mountains. Mind you, these are for upper elevations where snow is coming down on the mountaintops, not so much for the valleys, which are remaining a bit warmer right now. Now let's take a look at the temperatures that we're going to be seeing tonight. 47 degrees coming in Kansas City, 67 here in Tallahassee, cooler up there with the winter weather, 41 in Salt Lake City, 37 there in Billings. And how high will the temperatures climb tomorrow? Not that high over there. 46 in Salt Lake City, 84 warming up there in Phoenix, 71 in San Francisco, and coming in at 81 degrees here in Tallahassee. Let's bring it back home with Amber for a local forecast.
Hello. Checking back into the local area, you can see all of this precipitation moving in through the Mariana area, some cloud coverage over Bainbridge, and here on the Doppler radar, the precipitation is staying in the Bainbridge area right now. It's going to fade away in a little while, but it's sticking around with us for now. Zooming in, you can get a closer look at all that precipitation up in Bainbridge and Mariana. It's going to fade away around 6 o'clock tonight. And the current temperatures, it's been pretty hot and muggy all throughout the Big Bend area. That's caused by the wind coming from the south. You can see lots of strong winds coming from the Gulf. Those are increasing our temperatures, making it pretty muggy. This stationary front isn't going to have much of an effect on our region. It's just keeping all of this muggy air moving through the southeast region. It's going to be rainy and muggy for a few days, the rest of the week, but it's not going to have much of an effect. It's not going to cool us down at all. It's going to be warm all throughout Florida with lots of rain. It's just going to keep moving east. If you plan on going out on the water, there's going to be some high waves from 1 to 2 feet, moderate chop with showers and thunderstorms. winds around 10 to 15 knots. It's going to be kind of rainy, so if you don't have to be out there, I would advise against it. And tonight's forecast, it's going to be humid and muggy, winds around 5 miles per hour, and there's a 60% chance of rain, so make sure you bring your raincoat with you. Temperatures around the region, 69 in Tallahassee, 70 down in Carabel, 66 up in Thomasville. On average, it's warmer down by the coast due to those winds we talked about earlier. And tomorrow's forecast, that warm air is going to stay with us. Slight winds, only around 5 miles per hour. Those temperatures going to heat back up. 82 in Tallahassee, 84 over in Monticello, 79 down in Carabel. And for the week ahead, you can see that rain is going to stay with us. 60% chance on Monday with temperatures around 82 degrees, 50% chance of rain, 40% on Friday, and that chance of rain is going to fade out through the end of the week. But those temperatures are going to stay warm in the 80s throughout the week. We're going to send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Amber. First time on the show. We wish you the best of luck. And that was a great forecast, right, Shane?
Oh, it was a great presented forecast, although I could do with a little less rainfall myself.
Yes, I know all of us could. Me being a tennis player, I'd much rather see sun versus rain because, Florida, we don't have all that indoor courts.
Yeah, we did get a nice break from the rainfall today. It got sunny this afternoon. It was actually pretty lovely to be outside, at least picturesque. It was hot and humid, though.
Yes, that hot and humid weather is going to be lasting a little more longer the rest of the week. And rain will come back in for Wednesday, so make sure the raincoats and rain boots, they'll become your best friend. Like we said yesterday, today, no exception.
Yep, today we may have been able to put away the umbrellas, but we got to break them out for the rest of the week because this is going to continue throughout the Gulf Coast for the rest of this very wet week.
Yes, and you see counties west of us got a lot of rainfall. We saw 12 inches in Condo yesterday, so that was quite significant for them.
Yep, a lot of widespread areas have seen more than 7 inches across the whole Gulf Coast, especially to our west. And the more the rainfall is coming in later this week, we'll have more details on just how much later on. But let's throw it out to Melanie for the Around Florida forecast.
Thank you, Shane. Yeah, I know a lot of those places have some flash flood warnings in effect, so we got to be careful for that. But that sun coming out today really allowed our temperatures to climb. High temperatures across the area, 88 in Tallahassee, 77 in Pensacola. The warm spot reached 90 in Fort Myers. All very humid, all very muggy. That's not much different compared to our current temperatures right now. 84 in Tallahassee, 85 in Fort Myers, 68 in Pensacola. They're seeing some storms, so their temperature is dropping relatively quickly compared to ours. This next system of disturbance of rain over by Montgomery and New Orleans is going to be making its way into our region throughout the next couple of days. Maybe a few spotty showers tonight in Tallahassee, but definitely north of us in Bainbridge and Thomasville, they are seeing some of those showers as well. But all those southerly winds are just going to be leaving our night and basically the rest of the week just really muggy. And as the next disturbance moves in and southerly wind flow is going to be pushing in the higher chance for rain thanks to the breeze that's coming off the Gulf Coast. And our temperatures are going to be warm and muggy, making our way out the next couple of days. All of these temperatures we're seeing are above average, and those southerly wind flow and those upper level disturbances are not helping our temperatures drop. Taking a closer look at our radar, lots of rain shower activity over by Miller County and Seminole County, and even off to the west over in Pensacola and other Panama places. They're seeing a lot of showers as well, and these showers are going to be making its way into our region throughout the night. A couple showers now popping up near Gainesville, north of Ocala. That is quickly going to be pushing off as we make our way throughout the night. A couple more sea breeze showers over by Vero Beach and even west of Orlando. They are seeing some rain as well. Nothing severe, nothing too heavy. And in Miami, staying relatively clear. A few pop-up showers off of Naples, but nothing really to talk about for severeness. But all that rain is allowing our pollen levels to drop. Today we were seeing relatively medium at 9.2. But by Wednesday, the pollen levels are dropping to 4.3. So if you have any allergies, it's going to be taking a break for the next couple of days. Tonight, another warm and muggy evening, 67 in Tallahassee, 71 in Fort Myers, 79 down in Key West, all very muggy and humid and just unseasonable. And that trend is going to be continuing for tomorrow as well. 81 in Tallahassee, 79 in Pensacola, a little bit warmer the more south you go, 86 in Miami. All that cloud cover is going to be keeping our temperatures relatively calm, but if the sun comes out even more like it did today, we could see another hot and humid day up in the upper 80s, very much like summer. But now we're going to take it out to John.
It's been wet across much of the south. See that in the temperatures there. Dallas getting in a little bit of that cooler air. Still rain cooled in New Orleans at 69 degrees, 78 in San Antonio. Very warm winds out west, 93 degrees with some very warm winds out there. Down towards the southeast, that's where you want to be if you want the warmth and the humidity. 80s and 90s down in central and south Florida. Look at all this moisture. There are actually two pockets. There's a very, very moist pocket across Louisiana, Texas, and Alabama, and there's a secondary pocket up towards the mid-Atlantic moving into D.C., down into Richmond. We'll talk about places down into the Tidewater, as well as down into North Carolina, deep into Hatteras as well. But the main story has been across the southeast. Places in Pensacola over to Biloxi have picked up 5 to 10 inches of rainfall there. And you can see these green outlines here. This is a flash flood watch for the very quick accumulations of water. Most places in here, everything here in orange and the red, that's rainfall rates in excess of 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour on top of all that rainfall that they've already seen in that region. Here's what they've already seen the last 48 hours. If you were crossing the George Wallace Tunnel last night in Mobile, 8.26 inches of rain in Mobile. Very similar story in Biloxi, and back towards New Orleans, about 5 inches of rainfall. Mariana, they had 5 inches there as well. Cottondale, as we mentioned there at the desk, almost a foot of rainfall recently, although most of our region has seen very little rainfall, less than an inch at Apalachicola and at Valdosta, but that rainfall will continue to accumulate, especially out towards our west. That cloud cover is starting to get into our area, but you notice these breaks? That allowed us to get into the upper 80s this afternoon. 88 degrees here in Tallahassee. Heat indices up towards Quincy and Bainbridge saw 90 degrees, but that moisture continues to flow in from the west. You can see that it's kind of taking shape of a line there, moving into Defuniak Springs up towards Crestview, and then back towards southeast Louisiana. Here's how it's going to shake up for the next couple of days. Here, we're going to pick up a little bit of rainfall, but as we move into Wednesday, that rainfall is really going to accumulate across central Mississippi up towards maybe Montgomery and Birmingham. Our model here is picking up about 5 inches of rainfall just west of Birmingham. Very, very heavy rainfall. We'll talk about that a little bit more at the desk here in a little bit, but that cloud cover is going to keep us warm during the overnight hours. 67 degrees here in Tallahassee. That dew point is going to be very close to that. That means we're going to have some fog during the overnight hours, especially down towards the coast, where the dew point and the humidity is a little bit more on the excess, especially off towards our west. 68, Panama City and Pensacola, probably expecting a little bit of that fog as well. Thunderstorms up towards the tri-state area, 80 degrees in Dothan, 79 in Panama City. If you want to get to the beach, that's probably the place to be. A little bit of a cooler breeze down there, but that rain is going to be with us pretty much all week. We're going to talk about that a little bit more with Shane and Jay here.
Thanks, John. And while those storms roll through our area, we'll hear rumbles of thunder and see flashes of lightning, but those aren't the real hazards associated with these storms. The real threat this week is flooding.
Yes, you see counties west of us saw a lot of flash flood watches. Those might be turning warning a little bit later on if the rain does happen to stall over their areas.
Yep, long-term flood warnings do remain in effect for counties to our west across the seaboard from Houston to Pensacola for the majority of the week. And it's no surprise with those already vibrant purple shades on the rainfall map.
Yes, you're already seeing about 5-6 inches of rain for that those areas. For our area per se, you're seeing almost 2 inches of rain in the next 24 hours. That's quite significant. And if it's localized heavy rainfall, that can cause a flash flood watch.
Yep, if you see water piling up on the roads, we want to encourage everyone to turn around, don't drown. It's just not worth the risk, even if you are running late, especially in dangerous regions such as New Orleans, where they've already accumulated enormous amounts of rainfall, and they're set for another 3 to 5 inches before Friday is out.
Yes, indeed. So quite significant rainfall. But Shane, you're going to tell us more about what's happening locally for our last local.
Yes, fortunately, I can tell you that we're not going to see upwards of 8 inches of rainfall, but it will be soggy throughout the week all the same. And it's been hot today. I took a quick walk earlier this afternoon, and I was amazed at how warm it was. We got up to 88 degrees. And with all that lingering moisture, it felt muggy and really unpleasant out there. I'm happy to say we've cooled down a little bit to 84 degrees right now, but that dew point is still high with a humidity of 61%. So it is muggy and unpleasant. It's going to continue getting more moist as that rainfall approaches our area. That heavy band out there to our west in Pensacola is starting to make its presence known. It's getting close to our region, and we've got some local showers popping up to the southeast of Bainbridge there. But we saw relatively clear skies with increasing cloudiness as we get into this afternoon. All that rainfall will have a pleasant effect, though. See those pollen levels drop down from 9.2 today down to 4.3 tomorrow. I'll be happy to see that because my seasonal allergies won't be messing up so much as we get rainfall to wash away all that yellow dust all over all our cars. Here's a wider look of all that moisture moving across the region. These really dark shades of green from New Orleans over to Pensacola indicate the most upper level moisture, and that's continuing to pervade into our region as we begin to move out of that gap in the moisture that allowed for a sunnier, clearer day today. Here's an outline of what we expect this to do over the next few days. Muggy conditions remain across the Big Bend, and these two low pressure systems will move this whole frontal system into our region, and it will be rainy tomorrow. Chances of rain really spiking after daybreak around 6 a.m. tomorrow, and then that wave washes over our region and really dawdles around all day long through the 6 p.m. hour. It'll be warm outside, but you'll need those umbrellas and raincoats because the rain isn't really going anywhere. Into the early hours of Thursday morning, those showers finally begin to break up a little bit, but more bands of rain begin to move on to our region throughout the day on Thursday. So breaking down some specific numbers for you tonight, we've got 69 degrees as our low tonight in Tallahassee. That's kept relatively warm by the humid and cloudy conditions that don't allow any of this heat to escape. And we're calling for a 60% chance of showers as the outer bands of all that moisture from the Pensacola region begin to slide into our region. Tomorrow we're going to get up to 82 degrees. It's going to remain quite warm despite all this rainfall moving into our region. Again, 60% chance of rainfall as we move throughout the day with similar conditions for our neighbors, up to 84 in Monticello, 82 degrees there in Bainbridge. And as for the week ahead, this chance of rainfall really hangs on for quite a while. We're talking 40% into Friday, 40% into Saturday, and then spiking up again as another wave comes, 60% on Sunday, with highs remaining relatively stationary in the lower to mid 80s with highs in the upper 60s. Let's bring it on back home to the desk for one last story. I'm wishing that all this moisture could get on out of our region, but it looks like it's here to stay.
Yes, Sally is here to stay. And with all the events that's happening this week, we need that rain to go away.
Yes, this is true. The Spring Fling, an annual event, is scheduled with Oglesby Union this Friday evening, and we've just got to hope that those showers break long enough for us to enjoy the free food out there and all the fun rides.
Yes, and earlier in the week, we're going to be, softball has a game against Georgia, so that's going to be a very big game for them. And this weekend, we got a lot of sports going on. Baseball, softball, and tennis are all in action.
Yes, and those are all outdoor sports, so they want to bring your rain ponchos and boots to those stadiums.
And also, with the rain chances seeing for Saturday and Sunday, you're seeing rain chances in 40% and 60% chance of rain. So, I mean, you're talking about a lot of rain in the area. Temperatures, however, are going to be in the low 80s, upper 60s. So it's not going to be as warm as you saw the past couple of days, but it's definitely going to be humid, definitely.
That's absolutely right. The rainfall will really increase the ick factor there.
Yes, but you can always like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and watch our lovely face on the livestream.com/FSU Weather, because we're not icky, are we?
No, not at all. And you can find us on our YouTube channel on youtube.com/FSU Weather. If you got any interesting pictures of the rainfall or any flooding, post them to our Instagram page and we'll share them on the show.
Anyway, but I'm student meteorologist Kimball.
And I'm student meteorologist Shane Pendleton. Have a safe evening, everyone.